Hey, many of you know someone, or maybe even yourself, have suffered from anxiety about things in the past. Now, in my understanding, in my experience, most of the times we have and suffer from anxiety or worry about things when we're not sure about the outcome. When we're uncertain about what's going to happen, that's what leads to anxiety. That's what leads to worry. And when it comes to retirement, many people have what I call financial anxiety, especially about retirement. We worry about stuff like that. My name's Dr. Dennis Cummins, and I'm working with the Workshops for Retirement team. And I want to share with you what are some of the main causes of worry when it comes to people planning their retirement. What causes that anxiety about the retirement? There's really a couple of big issues that are out there. Number one is market volatility. The markets can go up or down. They can be affected by events that happen in the world that are beyond our control. So we can't control that. But there is some volatility there. And if we don't know how to manage that volatility, well, now we're worried about our future, right? Number two, unexpected expenses. Stuff happens, things pop up. Sometimes we have things that we need to take care of that we didn't plan for. Are you ready for that plan? And when you're not and you're worried about that, well, financial anxiety, ta-da, right? It's there. Number three, healthcare costs. Healthcare costs can be, for many people, a large portion of their retirement budget goes towards healthcare, long-term healthcare needs, especially for retirees as we age and we live longer. That's definitely something that we need to plan for. And here's probably the biggest one that I hear from people and that our team at Workshops for Retirement here all the time is, do I have enough money to last the rest of my life? Or am I going to run out before I run out, if you know what I mean? Am I going to have enough money? So here's what it really boils down to, I think. We have anxiety when we don't understand how to answer questions about our retirement. And there's really, I think, four big questions that we need to answer. And so let me go over those and maybe give you some suggestions on what to do about that. All right. If you're not sure where you are, by the way, at the bottom in the comments below, there's a link to a free quiz to find out. You can kind of assess where you are on that retirement spectrum and are you ready to go? So number one is, am I going to be okay? Am I going to have enough money to live the rest of my life in retirement and enjoy those years? Well, that's going to take a little bit of effort. Not knowing the answer to that, I completely understand it's going to cause some anxiety. I don't know if I have enough money. I don't know if I'm going to be able to live my years out in the lifestyle that I'd like to. It's important to know that, but in order to know that, you've got to calculate what your expenses or expected expenses, and even, as I mentioned before, the unexpected expenses. Do you have a plan for that? Are you and your financial advisor working on a plan for that? If you're not, my suggestion is please do, and the sooner the better. If you don't have a financial advisor, then please find one, and the sooner the better. If you need some help with that, just click on one of the links below. We'll help you find somebody in your area that can point you in the right direction. Here's the second question. When you don't know the answer to this, or the answer is no, it's very often going to lead to what some anxiety is. Do I have a plan for my retirement? Many people, in my experience, don't. They don't have a plan. They're just working. They're paying their bills. Maybe they're putting some money in their own retirement plans. If they're lucky, they've got some money in a 401k from a company, something like that. That's fantastic. But many people are just relying on Social Security to cover their lifestyle. And I've got some news for you. If that's your only plan, you might want to have a little anxiety about that because that plan's probably not going to work out very well for you. Right? So my advice for you is to limit anxiety about finances and retirement is develop a plan, develop a budget on there. Here's another thing that causes anxiety for people. Am I invested in the right thing? We've all heard that expression, don't put your eggs in one basket. Well, many people are putting their retirement eggs in a single basket. And sometimes it's not even the right basket. So one of the things that you and your financial advisor absolutely need to work on is, have I diversified my retirement funds? Have I diversified my savings in a way that protects them for the years when I'm going to need them, or invests them in something more aggressive in the years when I want to grow them? It's really important to know the difference and when you need to do that. And that's something that we at Workshops for Retirement can help out with. And number 4 is the what if. What if something happens? And one of the reasons that people have anxiety is because they haven't accounted for the unexpected. They haven't set up an emergency or a contingency fund for when things don't go exactly as planned. If you had that in mind, if you had diversified your accounts, if you knew what your budget was there, you had allocated for things in the future, you had a plan, and you even had an emergency fund, well then what's left to worry about? That's why it's so important that you and your financial advisor are working on these things together. If you're not sure where you are, you could use a little help with that. We would love to help you with that. There's a link below for a free quiz so that you can see where you are. We can also let you know when there are workshops. They're absolutely free. They're in your area to help you wrap your head around all the elements of financial investing and savings and allocating and dispersing that go along with retirement. There may be things that you've never even thought of before. That's what the experts are for. That's what I rely on, and that's what I'm going to suggest that you rely on as well, so that you can limit the worry, limit the anxiety about your financial retirement. My name's Dennis Cummins for Workshops for Retirement, and until I see you next time, please stay well, and in retirement, stay wealthy.